everyone, it's Bianca from the Stampin' Bee, and today I have for you a really pretty butterfly card. It's a really nice thank you card. Look at that, with some gold and some gold embossing, and then this one has silver with silver embossing. It's a very cute, simple, very fun card with a lot of different elements to it, a lot of different textures and designs, and I'm going to show you. We're going to make another pink one today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. This is using the, let me get it out here, the Abstract Impressions stamp set. We're actually just going to be using the thank you today, not all of the flowers or anything, but this is a very, very, very beautiful set. I really, really love how these flowers do come out. It's really, really pretty. It also has matching framelits. Oops, there goes my heat embosser. It has the matching framelits here, and we're using this pretty butterfly. It's very, very detailed. It comes out really, really nice. It also has a little flower and then this big detail here. So you can get this bundle together in the annual catalog, and you save 10% off. So I'll have the numbers and everything on the screen, and of course everything is in my blog, which is in the description below. And it's at thestampinbee.com, and you can find everything there. So we're going to be using this today. And then I'm also going to be using the Timeless Textures. This is one of my absolute favorite stamp sets because it has so many different background designs, is what I like to call them. I like using them. We're going to be using this design here. It's very, very subtle in the on the card, but it's going to look really, really nice and just adds that little bit of texture. So you'll really, really like this. This is a really good stamp set to get. So we're going to be using that one too. So let's start. We're going, like I said, we're going to be making this pink one, and I have my card base here. It's a typical 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is a thick Whisper White card base. I like using the thick ones as my card base versus just regular Whisper White. So I also have all my different strips and pieces. So I'm kind of just going to eyeball this a little bit. And I'll have, again, all the measurements. This is just a really long strip. I'm not even going to use it all. But this just gives me an idea of where I'm going to be placing this on my card, because I want to know where I'm going to be stamping. So I know I have to stamp in this area here. So I have my stamp here, and we're going to be using Melon Mambo. And I don't remember if I stamped off. So let me see how it will look. Go. I think I did stamp off. Like I said, it's pretty subtle on the card, but it, again, it just adds such a cool texture to it. Oops. There we go. So that is part of our background. And then these pieces, like I said, they're different, just long strips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flag the ends of them. Oops, you can see that. Let's not do that one. Just make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Should probably just use my punch. Make the process so much easier. There we go. So I'm pretty much going to put these on top of each other, and then I got a strip of the Designer Series paper, the Garden Impressions Designer Series paper that matches my butterfly. I just took a strip, I believe it's about 1.5 by 5, and what I'm going to do is add that, once I glue these together, add that to the bottom of this, just so it adds a little bit more to it. So let's glue this on. I'm going to put the pink on top of the gold. And then all this is going to just lay flat. There we go. So just want a little bit peeking out. Let me add a little bit more. And that's going to sit about there. Add that, and then we'll just go in and cut this off. There we go. And then I got one of, what were these called? They're part of a doily. They're part of the Share What You Love suite. I'll have it on the screen, of course, in the description, everything on my blog. These are really nice. They come like with a whisper white texture on one side and then like a glossy pearlize on the other. So this is going to be here. I did get a gold and a Melon Mambo circles. I used the 4th largest and 3rd largest, and that's from the layering circle. So we're just going to put these on top of each other. And then put them on top of this. There we go. And then again, I'm just going to lay it all flat on here. No big dimension to it. All right. And then I'm going to take my butterfly. And I want to just kind of curl it up a little bit on the wings. And then I'm going to use glue dots to put this guy on. Because I didn't want to put the snail, it's going to get in between the holes. And I wanted to be able just to put a few glue dots right on the little body. And then we'll set that right in the center. There we go. And then now let's do our thank you. So I have a little piece of Melon Mambo here. We'll grab our thank you, and we're going to be using Versamark. First, let me do my embossing buddy. And then let's get this all inked up in Versamark. Right there, and then we're going to emboss it in gold. Something about pink and gold I absolutely love. All right, so let's emboss this. Our embossing tool, set it at level 2. And then I am going to fussy cut this out. So let me get that done here. There we go. Now, the fussy cutting doesn't have to be perfect. It just adds a little bit of dimension here. Let's get our mini dimensionals and we'll set that on top. Oops. Alright, we'll set that right about there. Alright, and then one more thing I did that I kind of forgot, but it can still be done now. I got my Mellow Mambo marker, and if you can see, I'll try to hold it up real close, there's a bunch of these little like splatters and stuff all throughout the card. That's what we're going to do. So you could do this before you put everything on, or you could do it after. It really doesn't matter. But I'm just going to get my cap, get the marker, and then just flick it onto the card. And just get it wherever, goes everywhere. But then you can see, probably add a little bit more, but there's all these little speckles on there, and it just really adds a little bit more texture. I'm going to get one more up here. There we go. Nice. There. That added a lot more. It just adds a little bit more texture to your card. It really fills in that blank space, that white space, and so it turns out really, really pretty. So I really, really loved how this card came out. Again, everything will be on my site at thestampinbee.com. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.